Hey Cougars, today is Friday, March 31st. I'm Liliana Gonzalez.
I'm Debbie Volkerson. You're watching Cougar News Network. Franklin High School has a new school ID protocol in place.
Anyone on campus should be wearing some form of ID. Students must wear their badges when they are on campus. Students who show up to school without a badge must get a temporary badge at the front office. If you don't have an ID or lost yours, you need to get a new one made in the Stuka room, West 111. Visitors to Franklin must also get a temporary badge at the front office.
And that's so we know who's in our building at all times, so that if we have anybody walking in the halls that doesn't have an ID, we know that we need to interact with that individual. So it really is for safety of our community, to help us to recognize who's in our building.
Faculty and staff will be checking to make sure everyone at school has a visible ID. Students who are caught not wearing their school ID will face consequences. Students have been given back their restroom privileges after they were revoked for several weeks.
Reporter Luis Espinosa explains what led to the closure of several restrooms on campus.
Following a new procedure when they visit the restroom, students have to sign up before leaving class to use the restroom. They also have to wear their IDs and have a pass while in the hall. This comes after almost all the student restrooms were closed on campus.
Honestly, there's not very bathrooms open in our school as of right now.
It's unfortunate. I mean, some people are just want to go to the restroom, and some people are getting punished for others doing things, but it's really out of our control.
Administration had limited open restrooms to only one per floor, which caused a lot of issues for many students and staff. The reason for its closure is vandalism.
When students vandalize restrooms, it costs money to fix them. It costs money to clean them. So they're taking money away from resources that can be used in the classroom for electronics, for whatever it is. So when we can lessen that problem or eliminate it, then all the restrooms will be open.
According to assistant principal Mr. Estrada, vandalism has been one of the factors that led to the closure of several bathrooms throughout the school. This leads to the school developing a new system to reduce and prevent the destruction of bathrooms, but the artistic ways of vandalism continue to spread to the bathrooms, including those closed for weeks.
There's two types of vandalism. One is going to be when they do graffiti on the bathrooms. They mark up the stalls, they mark up the doors, whatever it is. And the second is destruction. They take paper towel dispensers, soap dispensers off the wall, and they throw them on the floor. Or they take the toilet paper out of the dispenser and they just throw it around the bathroom.
Usually just people with like Sharpies, markers. I saw one time it was paint, actually, so that's crazy.
The new bathroom system to prevent further these problems is being done while administration, according to Mr. Estrada, is still looking for ways to stop the vandalism.
We monitor it as best as we can. We do have cameras throughout the school, so if there's a problem in a particular bathroom, we can look in the hall, see approximately what time, what students went into the bathroom, and do an investigation. And another thing is, students like to post themselves doing these things, and that eventually comes to us.
If students are caught vandalizing by administration, they will be given a referral and possibly be placed in alternative. They could also be charged with the repair of the property destroyed. They may also face legal consequences. This is Luis Espinosa reporting.
Franklin Theater steps on stage as the team heads to regionals.
The team placed first at the UIL competition for the one-act play. An applause for all of Franklin Theater going into the one-act play competition.
It's definitely going well. We've got a lot of new people, people who are new to acting.
One-act play is a competition for schools to put their theatrical creativity and determination to the test in the form of a 40-minute play.
This is the first time I've ever done a play, so far it's been a lot of trying to figure out how to learn lines well, but it's been enjoyable.
Troop 8088 is competing by doing a play called Harvey. It's about a family's struggle with seeing a 6-foot rabbit named Harvey and the interesting entanglements they find themselves in.
Because they're weird. Like, they're really weird. Like, they're seeing a bunny that's 6 feet tall. That's weird.
With the competition fast approaching, stress is a factor in every rehearsal.
I'm feeling a little nervous because of what happened last year, but I think I'm just like, this year's a new year. We have way better people on our team this year.
Although stress levels are high, the actors and crews have still had fun while on stage.
It's been enjoyable, and everyone is very reasonable and understanding about being inexperienced.
This is Liliana Gonzalez reporting.
Franklin's first ever improv club entertains the public with their performance, Requiem in Broad Daylight. The club held 2 shows in February. The improv club performs skits with no script. All the lines are made up on the spot. The group is led by English teacher Mr. Carmona.
The students are the ones who came up with the murder mystery for our most recent performance, and they put together how it was that we were going to act out.
The improv club plans to have 2 more performances this school year, with some audience participation. The club meets Tuesdays and Thursdays after school in West 207. The Franklin boys varsity basketball team has ended its season with the team landing a spot in the playoffs.
Reporter Ethan Ayub shows us how the team did this season.
Franklin boys varsity basketball team ends the season 15-1 in district and 22-9 overall.
We're on a good track right now.
The team lost 7 seniors from last year and brought up many juniors and sophomores. They got off to a shaky start but got it together quick because of the experienced coaches the team has.
Coach Castillo's a rough coach for sure, but he does everything he can to make us better.
Coach Adam Castillo does everything he can for the players. He told us that coaching means a lot to him because his dad used to be a coach as well.
It means everything. My dad was a high school basketball coach for almost 30 years. So when you're the first son of a basketball coach, it's kind of what you're born into, you know.
At the start of the season, there were a ton of brand new players on the varsity team, which caused the chemistry to go down a bit. Player Noah Hall explains how they struggled at the start, but were able to figure it out.
I think at first we kind of had struggled a little bit, but as the season went on, we kind of got in the groove and gained momentum. So right now we're doing pretty good.
Coach Castillo wants to do more than just teach these kids how to play basketball. He wants to have an impact on them becoming great young men.
A little detour and did the Marine Corps for 8 years and learned how to lead young men, and so I feel like I get to do a lot of that here and you know, kind of help these guys out with more than just basketball, but how to become, you know, productive citizens.
Coach Castillo wants to emphasize on consistency within the team.
Consistency. That was our struggle early on, was just our shooting percentages, our defensive rotations, doing all of that on a consistent basis. And once we started clicking and understanding where we need to be and who needs to be there, we've turned it into some wins. So if we can continue growing in that area, we'll be able to make a playoff run.
The varsity team placed 2nd in district. This is Ethan Ayub reporting.
The girls' JV and varsity soccer teams hit the field for the 2022-2023 season.
Reporter Paul Gomez explains how the players feel about their progress this year.
The girls' soccer season has begun once more for Franklin High School.
I see the season going pretty well.
Franklin girls' soccer team has begun their annual season at the beginning of the semester on January 3rd. JV and varsity teams have been working hard and are confident they will win the games.
I think we'll do pretty good. I feel confident. I have hope, and I think, no, I know we will win.
JV has had an amazing season so far. Varsity, however, has faced some challenges on the field. They are hoping for a win.
We're working on it, and we know that we can turn the season around.
The first of their spring semester tournaments started on January 14th and continued to the 17th.
We already had 2. We had 1 here local. We had 3 games. We won 2 games and lost 1 game. The previous week, we went to San Antonio, in which we also had 3 games. We won 1 and lost 2.
Even though the teams have been giving their all on the field, there have been some unforeseen obstacles.
Injuries. Right now we have about 6 girls that are injured. We're not really healthy right now, and that's going to be a major obstacle.
As the team have been facing their obstacles, there have been some other problems described by the players.
During the games, one of the things we struggle with are definitely our communication.
Just communication, probably, and just a lot of things keep changing.
I think a big part is communicating. You know, sometimes we just forget to talk or send a message.
The players have been practicing hard to prepare for these games.
We've been training in the mornings, getting onto the field and, you know, just doing like regular warm-ups.
We've been practicing every day, basically, every day in the morning.
We've been remaining focused and working on the things we need to work on.
This is Paul Gomez reporting.
That's all for this week, Cougars. Tune in next week for more news. I'm Liliana Gonzalez.
I'm TV Fulkerson. Thanks for watching Cougar News Network.